The only flavored water that I had growing up was Tang.
Damn right. Hell yeah.
That count?
The monkey.
Did you make it thick?
With the monkey.
Yeah.
With the monkey on it.
One of the best,
Tang was good.
one of the best, summer treats. So fucking bad for you, though, looking back on it, was I would just get, a cup, and I'd throw, a couple, 4 or 5 big ice cubes in it, and then just Tang. Just powder Tang.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of, suck on the ice.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
That's crazy.
So bad.
You know what else is really bad for you, too? Was Hawaiian Punch.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hawaiian Punch
turn
was
your
terrible.
teeth in red.
And why was it never cold?
Yeah.
You would leave that shit in the fridge for forever and it was never cold.
I never.
That and Sunny D.
Funny.
Sunny D was
yeah.
fire, though.
It was fire.
Instant headache from how sugary it was. It's so good.
In Tampico.
Tampico's awesome, yeah.
Another one that never got cold.
Yes.
The
All
one is
of
the
those.
gallon of blue juice, whatever it is. That's not natural, but here we are just drinking it from the gallon, yeah.
Walking Blind is hosted by overly emotional dudes who overthink and overanalyze everything. Nothing the hosts say should be taken as medical advice or opinion. They're not professionals. They're about to make that very clear.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Walking Blind Podcast. This is episode 132, the show where we like to normalize checking in on the homies. I'm Mike. That is also Mike. And this week, I'm going to let them introduce themselves officially, but we got a couple of the boys from Desoectomy in the house. Ooh. Welcome, fellas.
Yo, what up, what up?
You guys want to give yourselves an intro, and then what do you do in the band? What do you do, in life? Things like that. What do you like? Sunsets, long walks on the beach. We know you heavy boys like to do.
Making me blush.
Do some soft things.
My name's Brett. I play bass in Desoectomy. Outside of that, I'm a mechanic by trade. Other than that, I just like hanging out with my friends and family.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Tony. I play guitar for Desoectomy. Outside of that, I'm a machine operator for a soda plant, and I really love to hang out with my friends and go to shows most of the time, and hang out with my kids.
Oh yeah. Well, welcome, boys. Yeah.
Thank you for having us on.
Dude, this is our first episode back in a couple weeks because Mike decided he needed time off to do a job or something. I don't know.
It's training. 2 weeks of training, and then we tried to do an episode last week. We tried. And we both decided it's probably better we don't. Let's not release this one.
We gave it the old college try. We didn't even think hey, let's ask people if they have questions just for us, or anything like that.
That could have saved the episode.
We just raw dogged it.
We raw dogged it,
and
kind of got kind of dark for a minute because it was a rough.
It did. It did. Yeah. Yeah, we couldn't put that out. So we took 2 weeks off. Nobody noticed, and now we're back.
I guess that was what the lotion was for, huh?
Yeah. 2 weeks of that lotion.
2 weeks of moisturizing
Kept me glistening. You know what I mean?
Since we've been gone though, Jesse had a birthday.
Jesse did have a birthday. Happy birthday.
All right, happy birthday.
Jesse.
When I tell you we celebrated.
Yeah, we partied.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. We got this picture of Jesse the next morning, eating breakfast in a tank top or something like that. I thought he was wearing overalls, but he just looked like jackhammered shit. I was like, damn, dude.
You had a good time.
Long night, huh?
Long night. He tried doing the gentleman thing where everybody was like, "Hey man, you should probably go inside." He's like, "No, I'm good." And he's just sitting outside, just didn't move at all. And then everyone left. And then my wife went back.
Did you puke?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She went back and she came back. She's like, "Jesse's puking." I was like, "Oh, he was waiting."
Ladies and gentlemen.
He was
So
waiting.
it was funny because the whole night I was good, and then we were doing these cake batter fucking whiskey shots.
Birthday cake whiskey.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds insane.
Yeah, right.
It looked insane. I didn't think it was going to be good. I took the first shot and I was like, this is dangerous. We're gonna fuck this bottle.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we kill that bottle, and then a friend of ours comes over and he goes, "Hey, try this Poland vodka. It's grass." I'm like, "Fuck it, I'll try anything." And I took one shot. And I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, he said no thanks. I'm tapping out.
Yeah, but I think by the end of the night, I was just looking down, and I was like, "I'm fine."
And then as soon as everyone left, you're like, I'm not fine.
Yeah.
We also partied like teenagers. Like we played beer pong. And,
Yeah,
and-
it felt like 2000.
yeah. Felt like tour.
Yeah.
Like tour, huh?
Like 2010. Back when we had dark hair, remember?
We watched videos of that. Looking all young. You and the Rockettes.
You guys remember? No, I don't even want to get
We're not talking about this. You guys remember Rocket Clothing?
Yes, bro. That's like the old MySpace days.
There was a time frame when NBR was endorsed by Rocket, and
Oh, wow.
there were so many photo shoots that just to this day haunt Mike because they live forever on the internet.
the
I
best.
used to always want a rocket gear, bro.
Dude, I had a bunch of Rocket gear.
It was
I
sick.
had one shirt and that was it.
We just weren't.
I just wasn't seen enough.
Yeah.
The clothes were sick. You guys were not.
The thing is, we weren't seen enough either, which made it worse.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like
I think that was just before my time.
Yeah, this is way before
Yeah.
time for that.
Yeah.
Martin had the best little burn. He was like, "Oh, the Rockettes." We had pretty hair.
Yeah. I had like a little skull on it with a little emo hair on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old days right there of music.
They were a Redlands brand.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right. Well, enough of that, man.
Yeah.
We'll move on.
We'll move on.
Yeah. So happy birthday, Jesse.
Thank you.
I'm glad
Happy
glad you were
birthday.
able to get hammered on your birthday.
That sigh sounded.
He was celebrated.
Mhm.
But, yeah, I don't know. I feel weird. We haven't done this in a long time, Michael.
All right. Well,
How do
let's
we do this?
let's talk to our guests, Mike, because they're here.
Yeah.
They play in a band. Let's talk Desoectomy. So, Desoectomy. Where did the name come from?
Okay.
And
So-
and I need to know this.
That's fine. Well, the name doesn't really have a meaning to it at all. So we used to be in this band called Desoectomy.
Okay.
It was more like a deathcore type of style band, and there was kind of like little like kind of what turmoil with that, and so with other members that were in that band. So we just like screw it. Me, Hector, which is our drummer, and Richard, which is the singer. Us three, we just branched out and started Desoectomy, and that's where the name came from. Because we wanted to be, we were trying to be like follow the whole slam trend, the whole ectomy names like gutterectomy and stuff like that. So that's where the kind of name kind of came from. So yeah, that's how much I could explain.
Yeah.
About it. Like I said, it has no meaning to it at all.
I love that. That's an honest answer.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was like vasectomy. I thought it was like the opposite of like.
Ectomy does have a meaning.
Yeah,
removal.
the suffix ectomy means to remove. The way that Hector had actually explained it to me, because when they had named Desoectomy, when it was like conceived, I wasn't in the band. The way that Hector explained it to me, Deso, I think it wasn't. I can't remember how he explained it, but this kind of goes back to the falling out that some of the members had in Dissolution, where like they took a bunch of music that they really didn't have rights to take. So in Desoectomy only took like a couple songs from Dissolution for Desoectomy. And so essentially Desoectomy kind of means like we're taking what's rightfully ours. That's how Hector explained it to me, so I think that's kind of cool, like a little underlying like meaning to
That's a good
it.
way of pointing it out.
I like
Yeah.
that. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. The word doesn't mean anything. It's what
Yeah, it doesn't mean
it's the meaning that you give it.
So then, how'd you get involved with these guys?
So it's funny you mentioned that. When they were under the moniker of Dissolution, they had actually reached out to me through a Facebook ad.
Oh,
And I didn't respond.
A Facebook ad like you had a.
I had put an ad out saying I was looking for musicians, and
Okay.
they reached out to me, and I didn't respond.
They're like, we're gonna dissolve this band.
Well, yeah, no. This is when Dissolution was still like active.
Yeah.
So I didn't respond, and like almost a year later to the T, like they reached out to me again saying, "Oh hey, we have an EP out under this new band name. We still need a bass player, and we still would love you to come join." And I was like, "Okay, let's do it." And here I haven't looked back.
Wait, so did you guys not know each other at all?
No,
Before that,
Oh, dang.
no. My drummer found him, and he told me about him, and I actually was like, "Hey, you know what?" Because again, we had hit him up, so he had said yes, and then
and I flaked.
he
Yeah.
flaked out. You know,
I wasn't in the right
players.
headspace at the time.
Bass players.
Bass player.
Yeah,
Right.
I wasn't at the right headspace at the time.
So-
That's my excuse.
After that, we were going through different bass players. Like I don't know how many. We went through a few. It was quite a journey with that. It got to the point where I was like, hey, you know, I told my drummer, I was like, hey, dude, hit up that dude that lives in San Bernardino again, man. Like, because I think we had followed him on Instagram, so I would watch his stories, and he would, you know, he wouldn't play no heavy music, but he would play like, you know, some metal and stuff like that, you know. And I'm like, okay, he's got potential. So I would tell my drummer, like, hey, dude, hit him up again. And that's what it was. We hit him up again, and here he is now.
Yeah,
And
I went to one practice like
what-
as a
that's what I'm
band.
saying.
One
So
practice.
we had
and
a
then I
show
played my
coming
first
up,
show.
and we
Yeah,
were
a
like,
couple.
hey,
Yeah.
we want you to play the show. And he was like, I haven't even practiced with you guys, you know. And we gave him the whole
Whole set list.
set list, and he
Yeah, literally, I had one practice with these guys a week before the show, and I didn't even know the whole set list at that time. I only knew like one or two songs out of like the 6 or 7 that they played.
That's terrifying.
And it was, especially considering that was the first time I had ever stepped foot on a stage.
Oh,
Oh,
this is your first
First
band.
live
Yeah.
show
Okay.
ever.
Dang.
It was very nerve
first
wracking.
performance.
this
Yeah.
is your first band too?
Yeah. Well, first like band that's played live and stuff. I was in
Gotcha.
garage bands and stuff before, but nothing like to this caliber. But
So were you just like posting shreddy ass bass videos and shit like that?
I wouldn't say shreddy, but yeah, I
I mean, it had to have been good enough to catch people's eyes.
Yeah.
Be like,
I guess so.
Yeah.
Either that or their standards are really low.
yeah,
But
that's fair,
Dude, Facebook ads, they work.
dude.
I guess so.
And they actually do.
Yeah, we got a message from somebody on an Easy Out ad that we posted. We're like, what the fuck? And they're like, we saw this ad. This shit rips.
Hey,
We'll tell you who it is afterwards. 'Cause I just don't want to name drop them, but we're like, all right, sick.
right. But yeah.
So what's the process of how you guys write? Like, do you guys have a main writer? Do you guys all collab? Or?
it's kind of like a cumulative effort, especially with this most recent EP. We try to hit the studio with ideas already in place. Our producer, Manny from Hatred 6, he's in Ritual Despair and like a few other bands.
Big shout out to him.
A big shout out to Manny. I love Manny. But he's had a pretty big hand in creative input, especially for the early stuff that they worked on that I didn't get to play on. Yeah, and but ultimately writing is just, it's very, what's the word? It seems very fluid with Desoectomy, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like we're able to throw ideas back at each other, and like no idea really gets rejected. Like we'll probably say like, oh, maybe we should do that for something different or save that for later, but like nothing's like, oh, that sucks. We're not gonna use that, or you know, there's potential in everything that we how we see it. We just
That's right.
And you guys are you're just playing an F, right?
drop F.
Yes,
yeah.
pin drop F. Yes. they do, yes.
C standard with the lower F. It's crazy.
It's pretty ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. But,
It's very ridiculous.
but you get used to
Are you
it.
7 strings or 8 strings?
7.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't want to go up to 8, you know?
No, sir. I'm good where I'm at. I didn't, to be honest with you, I did not even want to get a 7-string, and
I feel you on
Yeah.
that.
and then they're like, to be in this like type of heavy stuff, I was told, hey,
Tuning
man,
stability. That's the
7
most
is
important
kind
thing.
of good for it. So I was like, you know what? I got used to it. So when I go back to my 6 string, I'm like,
It feels so small. Like what do
Fucking
we?
tiny.
Dude.
I can't. I got small hands. I tried to play 7
No,
string
I know,
a couple
yeah.
times and like just nothing.
especially that new baritone I got. It's just
Because of the longer scale length too.
yes,
Yeah.
longer scale length, and it's so heavy. Ain't gonna lie, it's really heavy, dude. I'm like, damn.
You're gonna be like Matt Heafy by the end of it, dude. You're like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that's sick. That's cool that you have someone like Manny helping you guys. Is he more of like kind of like helps you guys piece stuff together, or is he more of like an idea guy? Or
Kind of both.
Kind of both.
Yeah.
But like, you know, sometimes especially me, I'll get stumped a lot. You know, I'll come up with something and he'll kind of help me add on to it.
He'll get the ball rolling.
Yeah, he'll help me get the ball rolling.
He can
kind
kind
of. I'm like, all right, I got an idea now.
He can kind of be whatever you want him to be.
Yeah.
And that's that. He's very skillful in that regard.
Very skillful.
He knows his craft, and it's awesome how he's able to even not even just with us, with every other band that he works with and records. He just it's weird. He puts his own influence in their music, but they all retain their own individual identities.
Cool.
Right.
Like no band that he produces sounds like one another, but you can always tell, oh, this is Manny. Manny produced this, and that's a very hard thing to do. And I'm able to I commend him every chance I get to say you're doing great. You know.
Yeah, I wanna get him on the show. I want to kind of talk shop with him and bring him on. Also the Ritual Disparities too. We've just been kind of like you guys were like the last people that we booked, and then we kind of held out for a little bit because we didn't know what Mike's schedule was going to be like.
Right.
And I didn't want to have to hit up a bunch of people and reschedule. So
Oh, hey, can't do it.
yeah, sorry, you know. But you know, hopefully we can get him on and like
That'd be awesome.
That would be.
like get the faces in here behind a lot of the music that people are hearing. You know. So for Desoectomy, how long have you guys been playing under Desoectomy, like under the name of Desoectomy?
Since like November of 2022.
Yeah.
22.
I joined in March of 2023, and that their debut EP had already been out by that point for like 5 months or so.
5 months.
So like November of 22, I would say is
Okay.
probably
Cool.
when they started.
And then in that time, because we like before, you know, we actually started the show, we kind of talked about like just seeing the music scene kind of grow, and like especially our Inland Empire scene kind of like exploding. As far as like slam goes and this heavy side of things, like we've seen that progression in hardcore, but what's it been like on like even heavier side of things? Like, is it still the same like growth and progression, or are you seeing different types of shows, or like?
How I see it, Manny and I and Tony have these conversations all the time about discourse and stuff between the genres. How I see it, I see the lines getting blurred more and more every day, and I absolutely love that. I hate splitting hairs.
Yeah.
This is metallic hardcore. Oh,
Yes,
this is,
I hate
this
that.
is beat down.
Right.
This is slamming beat down. Shut up. It's music.
It's heavy music.
It's heavy music.
Yeah.
Like a prime example I love is the band Bolt Cutter from up in Oregon, and their style of slam is so groovy to where it's almost hardcore, and it's like, you know, it's their own style. Like it's Bolt Cutter and their heavy music. It's good. So that's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, and the reason I asked that is like, so for example, we have a show coming up. This episode drops on Friday. The Friday after that, we're playing together. Torture Culture, Desoectomy, fucking Murder, Death, Kill, Yosemite in Black,
Knuckle
Sandwich,
Shout out to those guys.
like all at Haven, Pomona. It's gonna be fucking rad.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Someone else is gonna do Mike's guest vocal because, you know, he's got plans on the weekends now or some shit.
I'm literally out of town.
But like those type of shows, like we're seeing the blending of music, and it's like there's no rules
I love
anymore,
that.
There's
which
not,
I fucking love.
I
you know?
love.
And
I love.
you know, I'm gonna speak on that because I feel like that's the problem with this. A lot of I feel like a lot of promoters are kind of certain promoters are kind of like stopping that to where they just want it strictly hardcore, which that's cool and all. But some of these slam bands, for example, our band, we have a lot of two steps and we have a lot of breakdowns to where we can. I feel like we can fit in.
we cater to that crowd.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they have two steps. They got breakdowns. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not add us? I mean, look for example, Dying Fetus at the FYA.
Yeah.
That's a whole death metal band right there in a hardcore festival.
Headlining a hardcore.
And
fest,
look how successful that was. So why not keep it going? You know?
Well, I mean, you even have bands like Torture who played
Oh,
Sound
man.
of
Fury,
Yeah.
Torture.
which we
And they definitely have that politically charged side to them too, and I feel like that's kind of why they're loved so much by the hardcore community, because they have that.
And that's very hard for a
angst,
band
you
to do
know?
that if you're very
Yeah.
political, because certain people don't even like that, but they're the only bands right now that can actually pull it off.
And it's great. Dude.
Yes,
it
and I love
sounds
it.
awesome.
I love it.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a legit, genuine, and honest question.
Yeah.
When you say they're political, is it just in the way that they talk and shows, or is it lyrically? Because
Well, both, I would
Okay.
say. Like, I mean, imagery wise, I mean that,
right, yeah, right.
you know, with songs like what is like Enduring Freedom,
Enduring Freedom.
or Blood on the Sand. Those are all kind of sending political messages. Plus, with their live performance, every show he comes out, the singer drummer, he gets Free Palestine.
Yeah,
you
Free
know,
Palestine.
That's awesome.
I think I just we kind of talked about this in the episode that's like hasn't dropped, that didn't drop, you know, whatever.
It won't drop. There you go.
Like I'm still like half of me like I get it with Torture. The other half of me I'm kind of like I'm still trying to figure this shit out.
Right.
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 It's definitely
Like,
an acquired taste.
It's wild, and like props to them for everything that they've done and the fucking huge blow up that they've
Yes.
had. And seeing their live sets, like they rip. Yeah. But also I'm like, I'm trying to figure it out. I think I'm just not there yet. I don't know. Maybe
No, yeah.
it's something I'm like.
And it's not for everybody.
It's not
you
for
know?
everybody.
It's
It
just-
really isn't. I mean,
And if
especially that type of vocals in some.
The frog vocal.
The fact that he's
some
doing
people
that
don't
shit
really
while he's
like
playing
it.
drums is
It's crazy.
It's wild. But
Like my boy Mowgli, he thinks the vocals is trash, but live, he thinks they're great. Like to me, it's the opposite for me. I love Torture's vocals on the Spotify.
Studio.
I love that frog croaking vocals. You know, I think it sounds great. I mean, for that genre, you know, it's slam. I mean, it's supposed to be,
it's right.
you know, it's supposed to be all messed up like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like it goes with it.
Yeah, that's one of those bands where I'm like, fuck, like their growth has been insane. And it's crazy to see like them popping off seeing
Within
it-
such a short period of time, too.
such a short period of time. And then like part of me, I was like, fuck, maybe we need to change our name because now we're gonna just have that Torture attachment. What do we do?
Like, now
But-
people are expecting this. Like,
Yeah.
what do we do?
Yeah.
Dude,
We have another word in our band.
Yeah,
I only discovered Torture from their live sets being posted from Sound and Fury.
Yeah.
That
Really?
was my first exposure. to
Okay.
them.
Which their sets were insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
we were
right there.
We were
We were
there.
him right there in the front. It
I was like, who's this?
was amazing.
Did you guys go both days?
I went both days.
I went to second only.
I had to leave early the first day because my band Tomb Dweller had a show at 1720 that they wanted to book and play. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm leaving early.
Damn, on Sound and Fury weekend.
I mean,
Right.
I'm glad that I didn't have to leave early the second day
Right.
because the second day, in my humble
Second day was
opinion,
way
it
more
was
important.
It was better.
Way more important.
Freaking
Like we got to
open
see
with
two
this
of our
night.
favorite bands like that weekend, so that was cool.
Yeah, when Martin was sending me like pictures and shit of the Desmadre shit set to open
Oh,
up the
crazy.
show, I was like, fuck.
Crazy,
Man.
like, right off the bat. What was it, like 2 PM?
Yeah.
People
I
were
was
going
right there
crazy.
too.
To open it up.
oh my
that.
It was
God.
awesome. Tarina's set was insane.
You know
They-
who was good? X Weapon X.
Yeah,
That band right there. You know, I was
They
talking.
rip.
they're awesome.
I was talking to Dave and Gilly from '97. I don't know what it is, but I feel like straight edge bands, they
They're-
go hard.
They're hard.
They go hard, man. I don't know what it is.
They're
but
usually
their
harder than
breakdowns,
everybody else.
everything,
Exactly. That's what he
They
says.
just
The
come
breakdowns are just
attack,
better.
man. And I don't know. I just love it. I love straight edge bands.
Like that split they did with World of Pleasure.
Oh my God,
It's
that was
just
great.
it's so
It's also an all-star lineup.
Yeah, that's
good.
fair.
Yeah,
yes,
Brian
yes, it
Garris,
is.
like,
Yeah.
The guys from Knock Loose.
Dude, Knock Loose. What are the other bands from that?
I was gonna look it up today too, but something.
yeah, I know Brian Garris is in there.
Harm's Way.
Harm's yeah,
Really?
it's a super group.
Yeah,
Yeah,
guitar player from Harm's Way is in that.
they put on a great show that week on that second day too. They played a Sepultura cover that I thought was awesome. They played Propaganda, and that's like the song that got me into Sepultura. I was like 12 years old listening to that on the radio, and I'm like, what is this? Like, and hearing Harm's Way do that, it's like, oh, this is the best.
Yeah, Harm's Way was great. So it was my second time.
Like, man.
Did you guys stick around for Have Heart?
Of course.
Horse.
Yeah, so it's
That was
funny.
so
I was gonna ask you guys to leave if you
Yeah.
said no, but
There's the door.
I love Have Heart.
my girlfriend is like super emotional and connection with the world and stuff, and so we had gotten into this conversation before Sound of Fury, and she's like I want to know what makes you emotional, like what songs do you just connect with, and I was like, have you listened to Have Heart? And so when like the live videos started dropping, when the 197 video dropped,
Steven.
shout out Steven, I was like, I sent it to her, I was like, just
Watch this.
read along with the
Yeah.
lyrics and watch this, like this is
So it's
this
funny
is what I fucking love.
because with that set, I hadn't heard of Have Heart before that.
Really?
I'm still new to hardcore, especially that side of hardcore.
That's fair.
So seeing them and getting my exposure to them for the first time in that setting was honestly one of the
Dude.
best things I've ever experienced. Because like now I've been listening to songs of Scream at the Sun every day
Love that.
since Sound and Fury. Like without fail, I've been listening to it every day. Just those first two Have Heart records, I love.
Dude, there's songs that, on like their whole discography that like legit, if I really sit and focus on them, like I'll start to get emotional.
Yeah, dude.
Like fucking Unbreakable.
The mirrors, your
Yeah, they have so
In
much.
the band,
Dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unbreakable. I still have my dad, and that song tears me apart. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and then knowing that he lost his dad
Ugh.
after that.
And a Fiddlehead headline the first day too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to see them unfortunately, but
Did that festival just like every year?
That was my first Sound and Fury, man.
likewise, that was my
Was it?
first
always
Sound of
wanted
Fury
to go,
too.
but that was my first one, and I loved it. I need to keep going.
Yeah. I would love to be there.
We have a ongoing thing where his so my band No Braggart has never played Sound and Fury, but I've played Sound and Fury. His band played Sound and Fury, Creative Void, but he's never played Sound and Fury. I
He
filled in for his
me.
band.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah.
So 2010,
Bro.
2010, I was on Warped Tour, working for Atticus.
What? That's crazy.
And Jake from Pure Noise also, him and I played in Creative Void together, and we're both on Warped Tour, and then Jake's like, we got added to Sound and Fury, and I'm like,
What?
we're in fucking like Chicago. What do you mean? Like, I don't know where we were, but and he's like, yeah. So Mike filled in, and somebody else filled in on bass.
Patrick, I think.
I think it was Patrick. Yeah, our homie Patrick filled in. So they played Sound and Fury, and me and Jake were just like sitting like in the bus lane one night, and just knowing that they're fucking ripping Sound and Fury, and we're like, wish I could be there, man.
Wow, bro.
It was sick.
It was awesome, huh?
Yeah.
That was the year that
also
somebody
was-
rode a motorcycle into the pit and
Yeah.
was fucking doing burnouts in the mosh pit and shit.
Had to miss that year.
Missed that.
Yeah. Man, that sucks.
And it was funny because I don't like, we talked about it right after, and then we didn't talk about it again for like 10 years. And then with COVID one night, like we got together and partied, and we're both hammered, and he's like, they were singing your songs, man. And I was like, I know, I wasn't there though.
Oh, like, so fair.
No.
So what if they thought I was better? who cares? That's not even. Who
That's
cares?
the point.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah. So
Yeah. It's a stings a little for both of us.
He's getting emotional just thinking about
stings,
it.
Stings a little for.
I remember
I'm thinking about Have Heart again.
I remember hearing that. I was like, what? I was like, that's sick. I was like, well, our whole band is here. Why don't we just fucking play it? Anyways, such a cool fest. I think it was my first time seeing Minority X.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm glad they came back.
yeah.
I'm glad.
That's when I was so confused. I was like, who sings in this band?
Yeah. Who is in this band?
It's like I don't know.
Well, they got like two singers now, or they went through two singers, right? They got the vocalist from Rotting Out, Wally.
Yeah, I feel like this is probably very wrong, but I remember it was Walter riding out, and then I'm pretty sure it was a homeboy from Soul Search.
He was in there.
I think this could probably be like not right at all,
Wow.
but I don't know. I just remember it looked like this is a bunch of Hispanic dudes jumping on, jumping off. I don't know who was in the band or who was just up
Yeah.
there to be up there.
Who just got up just for the fuck of it?
Yeah.
I'm just listening to Soul Search on the way here.
Yeah, right. I love Soul Search.
Damn. So okay, that was your first time seeing Have Heart.
Yeah, that was my first time ever hearing Have Heart.
So cool, because you're so 22?
Yeah.
Okay. So what has been your introduction then to like hardcore music? Like what was the thing that kind of brought you into that type of shit?
Well, before I joined Desoectomy, I wasn't really too heavily invested in hardcore. I liked older bands like the Cro-Mags. I loved, even the more street punk influence, like the Exploited, stuff like that. When I was in middle school, my dad showed me Hatebreed, and that was a pretty pivotal moment for me. My dad showed me Crowbar, and at the time, I didn't realize how much of a hardcore influence Crowbar had. I just saw them as, these guys are just metal from New Orleans.
It's just fast metal.
Now I get to hear them with a different set of ears, and it's pretty crazy. But overall, like bands that were really influential to me, I would say are Hatebreed, Crowbar, and Cro-Mags.
Okay.
Oh, and Gorilla Biscuits.
Oh, yeah.
Love Gorilla Biscuits.
That's a solid start to hardcore, dude. Like,
Right?
yeah.
Dude, your dad sounds sick.
My dad, I love my dad. I love my mom and my dad. They're both. I love them both.
Gorilla Biscuits.
I love Gorilla Biscuits.
That wasn't mine. Mine was like Terror and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I got
that.
into
That's what got me.
I got into Terror later. Terror's I love Terror, but
Terror and Strife.
Strife is cool.
I see. What was your introduction to like the heavier music?
Heavier music? I kind of started off as like new metal. You know what I mean? So I always thought like Slipknot and Soulfly, stuff like that. To me, I don't know why, but I thought that was hardcore music to me. I had no idea hardcore was like Agnostic Front or Madball at the time. I had no idea what that was. So when like System of a Down was around, like when I was in middle school, I thought that was kind of heavy music. Then I realized that you had Cannibal Corpse and 6 Feet Under. That's what really got me.
Love the death metal.
Yeah. It got me to like Bleeding Through, Unearthed, and stuff like that. And then I found Terror. At the same time, I was listening to Unearthed. And then after Terror, I was like, okay, I need something more like this.
Yeah.
More like in-your-face hardcore, And that's how I found Strife, too. I was like, yes, here we
First
go.
Blood.
Dude,
I've been a hardcore lover ever since.
with Unearth, I remember hearing that zombie autopilot.
Oh my
riff for
God,
the first time ever, and I was like, "This is my whole identity now. This is all I want."
See, Endless got me like, okay. And then I heard Zombie Autopilot, and then Black Hearts Now Rain. And that's what, like, all right, I got to get this album. Yeah, that whole album, The Oncoming Storm, was legit. I love that album. That album was great.
Dude, that era of metalcore, man, I love that era.
It's so
of
good.
metalcore. It's so good.
Dude, like I was just saying, like,
Even Mike can admit it.
there's only bands that today, because metalcore today, I feel like it's, like he had said earlier, it's too genty, and which is nothing wrong with that, because it's very talented, but I miss the old school metalcore, like how As I Lay Dying, Unearthed, and the only bands that are kind of doing it today is Dying Wish, and maybe See Space Cowboy. I don't know any other bands that are doing it like that. That's keeping that nostalgic metalcore feel to it,
Dude, that whole era of just like
Boundaries
Boundaries
is
sick.
awesome.
Yeah, dude, like fucking Lower Definition.
Yeah.
Fucking
Dude, that
Riff.
whole era, dude, like, there's so many bands around that time I could name that I remember. I think I went to the showcase and seen a few times. Like Winter Solstice, they were so good.
Dude, and that era of just like San Diego being the hub of metalcore too, where you just have bands come out of there that were like, "Why are you this good?
Right?
Why do you sound this good? This is insane."
So San Diego had like bands that were coming out, but then also San Diego was like this like really cool hub for a while for like hardcore.
Yeah.
Like just, I mean, there are some really cool San Diego hardcore bands, but like just shows would just go off, and I was
Soma side stage shows.
Oh, dude.
Were insane.
Yeah, like Soma shows were sick. The Epicenter was insane. I got into hardcore like around like 2005 ish, and it's because my girlfriend at the time
Was
like
harder than you?
She was way harder than me. she'd mosh and shit, and I was just
That's
like
right.
coming from the punk rock scene, and I was like, what the fuck are you kicking at? like, what is happening? But I remember like early on, I got to see Terror and Bury Your Dead at Epicenter,
Yes.
and it was like, I was like, dude, this is so different, because I grew up in punk, and punk shows were awesome. I love punk, but it's just hardcore.
It's different.
It's different energy.
Oh yeah.
I understand that.
You
I
know?
love it.
I was brought up as a metalhead, so I know all about that. The culture shock,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word. It's like, oh, what are these guys swinging at? You know,
Right.
Dude, and it's so wild to like, and I feel like for us, because we're in this music, we're in this scene, like we see hardcore shows, we see pile-ons and group chants and like big ass sing-alongs, and we're like, I love this, but like explaining that to other people who don't like
They look
who
at
aren't
you,
in
they don't
this,
get
they're
it,
like,
they don't understand.
what are you
like,
talking about? Like, I would rather spend $500 and see Taylor Swift have fucking pyrotechnics everywhere. Like, I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, I
Give me
don't give a
that
shit about
half
that.
art
Yeah.
pile on.
Yeah, right. For $15, like,
Yeah.
hey, I'll be right there with 60 other people just on top of this vocalist grabbing the mic. You know?
Yeah. Sometimes you're piling on and the vocalist has already left. He's over there.
Yeah.
But
Somebody
people
else
are
has the
still
mic.
trying to fucking get the mic.
And that's what I love about hardcore, because you know, you can have so much fun there, and you can just be
can.
yourself. You know, it's just so dope.
Yeah, I want to. It's funny. I obviously I know a lot of like normal people that aren't into
Civilians?
this, civilians,
Civilians, if you will.
and so just like to show them, even just show them like videos of like Sound and Fury, and just be like, what do you feel about, like, how does it make you feel?
I tell them straight up, like, okay, so I see a lot of people post. I see like the viral ones that are homies that I know that were, you know, like, what's his name, from Pit Cams. I've seen like a couple of his videos go viral, and people like
Jason.
Yeah, Jason. And they're like, hey, have you seen this video? I'm like, oh yeah, I know who he is. And I'm like, what do you think about that? I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm like, you don't think that's violent? I'm like,
Yeah, but
Yeah, so?
that's
yeah, like
you know,
he's hitting his friends. He's not like he's not doing it,
exactly.
you know, on purpose to make him, you know, hurt and stuff like that. They're all having fun, bro. And people are like, no, man, that's just ridiculous.
Then don't go.
It's a
Exactly.
willing
You know,
participant in
it-
violence.
This is our
Exactly.
lifestyle. This is what we do. And people look at us crazy, and it's like, whatever. It is what it is.
It's
I love it.
Yeah, it's like if it wasn't, I mean, obviously if you don't know, and you're just like, if you have no idea that like everyone in that room, like they all know each other, or like the dudes that just got hit, like they know each other.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But if
You
you,
can
don't
tell
know
who
that,
doesn't.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, definitely. You can tell who doesn't know each other and who does.
All the guys who don't know each other in the back, more than likely.
Yeah.
But it's like whenever I would try to tell people like you know, if I like when we were still touring, like I have friends that be like, oh, I want to come out, but like I don't want
wanna
to
get swung.
Yeah, I want to get hit. It's like, dude, it's not like that. They're like, what bullshit? I'm like, okay, it is kind of like that, but it's like if you don't want to be a part of it, then you don't stand where this is happening.
Exactly.
You know, I was like, and if it was so bad and people were getting hurt, like, you know, and if it wasn't like everyone was just going out of their way just to hurt each other, this would have died out years ago.
Right.
This wouldn't have been a thing ever. But it's like it's not what it. I know what it looks like, but it's not what it is.
I do remember when crowd killing was kind of like, I don't want to say it was like underground or anything like that, but it was kind of like, it wasn't as known how it was today. Because today everyone does it.
Yeah.
Everyone is crowd kills now.
It used to be like
Mr.
taboo.
Crowd Kill Your Life over here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I got to chill out on that too. I actually broke my arm from that one time, but
shit.
you know, it used to be really like, I wouldn't say taboo, but it was kind of like that wasn't that known.
It was frowned upon.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was. And now you see all these like TikTok kids and everyone's just going ham now. And I honestly, I think it's cool. I don't see anything wrong with it. You know, just being aggressive. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Part of me wants to like gatekeep and hate on it, but also it's like, you know what? Like people who are getting into this, who are brand new into this, everyone was new.
Exactly.
Everyone-
This was the way I look at it is, this is the new generation. This was me back then, you know. So now they're keeping it going. It's just now they have their own style, you know. It's just now it's more exploited.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. Now I'm not gonna lie. At first, I did want a gatekeeper, like, no, dude, what are you guys doing? Keep it underground. But you know what? These kids are having fun. And they're keeping the scene going, and that's what we need.
And I honestly think that this new batch of kids is a big reason why we're able to get the mixed bills again.
I agree.
I agree 100%.
Because like there's
agree
like this
100%.
this like stretch of time where Alex, Destruction of the King, had talked about it on his episode, where it's like people stop giving a fuck if you're not that band that they want to come see. They don't give a shit about you. Like, so if you're not heavy enough, if you're not hardcore enough, you shouldn't be on this show. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And like we're moving away from that again, back to like where you could go see like a Bleeding Through and Terror together,
Yep.
which are like live in the same genre, but stylistically
They're
are
very
kind of
different.
different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
I
like,
know.
oh, the goth kids and the fucking hardcore kids were on the same show together.
It's great.
Right?
Even bringing the metal kids and the hardcore kids together is
I love it.
awesome. At the beginning of this year, I got to go see Fugitive play in Orange County at the Observatory or Constellation Room, and Fugitive, members of Power Trip, you know.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the only shows I've been to in recent like times where I've been able to go and two steps, swing, and circle pit all on the same night.
I love that.
For the same bands. It's like, this is awesome. We need more of this. No fights, no nothing. Everyone was chill. Everyone was cool. They were just having fun. We need more of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It-
So
I would say the only thing that was like a bummer for me, but now like at the end of the day, I think it's rad. I miss that there was a little bit of a specialness to like before the internet and shows and everything became such a staple to see, like, oh, like this is a New York show, this is a SoCal show, this is a Northwest show. It was like really cool to see different parts of the country where people mosh differently.
Right.
East Coast, very bouncy, very side to side. West Coast, very front to back.
Right.
Very different in how they crowd killed on the West Coast as opposed to the East Coast. The Midwest had their own thing going on. Yeah, but
even just where the pit is at those shows is different. Like
Right.
here we have
From
this
the
huge
stage.
gap
Yeah.
The horseshoes.
Yeah.
and the
Yes.
horseshoe.
Some places it's like the moshing takes place more in the back.
Yeah.
Some spots, but I think because of like the internet and because everyone has access to like now see their favorite bands or bands you've even heard of or venues, certain specific venue that you want to see a show at, you have that access now.
St. Vitus
And so-
is a
yeah.
prime example. I love watching watching the footage of Waking the Cadaver playing at St. Vitus back in like what 2019, 2020. There's Slam Worldwide footage of it, and it's my favorite.
So, yeah. So it's cool. It's a everyone can like spin kick now.
Exactly.
Beautifully.
Beautifully.
There's
Yes, beautifully. I love it.
when an East Coast band says side to side, there's actual side to side.
Yes.
You know, and so it's I don't know. It's cool. It's you know we're in a time where you get everything.
The walls of death are weak nowadays.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I don't even like them.
Dude, see the Slaughter to Prevail wall
Yeah,
death?
I seen that.
That
Was
looked-
pretty insane. I give them that.
Granted, it's like a festival or whatever, but
Yeah.
okay, craziest wall of death I've ever seen, and I feel like there's a couple people who were there to witness this, because when I tell people, they're like, "No fucking way." It was a rainy day on Warped Tour, and Gallows, the UK punk hardcore punk band,
They fucking rip.
they're so sick. They were like, "We're gonna do a wall of death," and so like they had everyone spread out, and like it had been raining hard. There was like probably like I don't know, like 6 inches or so of water.
That's a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, that
It's-
is a lot.
It's so much. That's so much water.
That's a lot.
So deep. It
I
was
don't understand how you could even take that much
I know,
water.
right?
so much. But
Drown?
so he's like, "All right, when this beat drops, he's like, when you guys attack, I want you guys to dive into each other." Dude, and then like everyone went and people were like straight up diving and sliding into each other. It was so stupid, but it was like kind of awesome because I was just like, "Oh my god!"
Because it looked like a fucking war scene out there.
Yeah, yeah. It was
We need more of that.
Yeah.
We need
Was
more
that-
fun stuff, man.
Fuck, what was their lead singer's name?
Frank Carter from Gallows.
Yeah.
Frank Carter.
Okay.
He was the original. They had got another singer after that.
Okay. I couldn't remember his fucking name.
Dude, little crazy redhead dude.
Yeah, those wall of deaths are pretty crazy. You got like, what is it, Armand Moth? They do like that.
The rowing, yeah. A lot of people talk shit on that. It's pretty funny.
I think it's kind of, I don't know.
I think it's kind of funny if like everybody's into it.
Oh, for sure.
There was footage that came out, and like I swear I'm just not trying to throw this band on blast, but I think it was Alpha Wolf, where they tried to do a wall of death and nobody.
Yeah.
Like they
No.
they separated, and then when they were like, all right, let's fucking go, nobody
Nobody ran.
Oh, dude, I hate that.
I think it was Alpha Wolf. If it wasn't Alpha Wolf, I'm sorry Alpha Wolf, but
If this has already happened, someone please like tag me, send this to me. But I just think of this right now. If no one's done it, fucking have everyone open it up, and then I'd just be like, all right, climb shoulders, get on shoulders. And I'd have people stack on each other, and then I'd have that be the wall of death.
Bro,
Chicken,
that would be
dude.
so dope.
dude, we used to do chicken fights at
Playing
Showcase.
chicken fight.
The chicken fight wall of death, dude.
Dude.
Imagine.
It's like,
That would be so hard.
that would be funny.
That would be great.
People are getting hurt, for sure.
Oh, for sure. For
Oh,
that.
dude. Imagine like all it takes is the dude below you to just trip, and he's
And then
holding
you're
your
coming
fucking-
down, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember on Warped Tour, I remember someone saying, like, do you feel responsible if people get hurt if you, like, when you do mosh calls? I was like,
What?
what? I was like, I don't know. No, not really.
No.
Like, because you say that. And so because of something you said, someone got hurt.
No, dude.
You don't have to do it.
I'm like, I don't-
Yeah, right? It's willing participation.
Yeah.
Like, it's a two-way street, for sure.
Who am I?
Yeah, who am I? I just have a microphone. Like, don't listen to me.
I don't know what I say.
The mosh call is hands down like either one of the best things that you can do, or it's just gonna fall flat on its face if you're trying to be like clever when you're doing these mosh calls.
The best. So I think still the best was the early, or I guess the 2010s Acacia strain.
Oh,
Oh, dude.
Some of the best mosh calls.
yeah.
I love
You're so disrespectful.
yeah, I love Kyle Medina's mosh
Oh, yeah,
call-outs.
his.
He has some of the best that I can think of, like in terms of newer bands. Like I want to say their performance at what was it? Welcome to Rock. Not Welcome
So,
to
like,
Rockville.
when you say disrespect someone, like if someone
Yeah.
messed up your order at McDonald's or something.
Yeah, he'll go send those motherfuckers to the medic tent. It's like it's great. Like,
Dude,
we need more of that.
Or act like
Matt.
someone just fucked up your order at McDonald's.
Yeah, there you go.
Matt from Kubla Khan.
Yeah,
has a
his are
lot
pretty
of-
funny too.
Dude, he's
I love
so great.
I love the video that the tour that they were doing last year. Ah man. I think they played Ant Pile twice.
Yeah.
Like after they played Ant Pile.
Oh, it was like, Santa just called.
He wanted me to run that shit back.
And
so
they fucking played it again.
So Nice had to play it twice, and then people just went insane.
Dude.
Like I love that.
Dude, I just like there was a time frame during that tour where he just kept posting all of the mosh calls. So there was one that was like, I want you to make like avocados and make some fucking guacamole in this bitch. And we're like, what?
Cool. All right. Yeah.
I love it. Fuck, man. I love these shows.
Me too. They're great.
Should we get into it?
Shout out to Matt Honeycutt for being funny.
Yeah, I love saying that. I used to know when he was this like thin.
Really?
Thin
Before he was buff.
Before he was
That's
buff.
crazy.
I remember seeing him. Yeah,
And he's skinny Matt.
seen
dude.
that Warped Tour a few times.
But he's always had that voice.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Even when he was super thin. All right. This one, I'm going to fuck up the name. It's R1C4RDO.
That one might be an interesting one, I think.
Did I even read that right? R1C4RD. And then,
I think his art
It's
is
Ricardo.
is it
Yeah,
Ricardo?
Ricardo.
Oh, I see it now. Ricardo. Would you rather be left alone in the woods with a bear or a feminist?
You answer this one.
And if you choose not to answer, that's
Yeah.
fine also. Desoectomy canceled.
For the sake of future opportunities, I'm gonna have to decline to answer.
I feel like you could reason with it. No, just kidding. Jokes. Before this thing, Mike's gonna be like, the opinions reflected on Perez, not reflect the podcast. All right, so it's Ruben Cruz, 27.
Oh, knuckle sandwich.
He said favorite venue to play.
He said what?
What's your favorite
Venue to play.
Oh, you know what? Mine, I don't know for everybody else in the band, but my favorite venue place, because the sound wise, 1720.
Okay.
I love the sound there for some reason. It just sounds so legit. That's just for me though.
Yeah. I think I gotta agree. 1720 was always, it's the times that I've played there, it's been great. The two or three times we got to play Chain Reaction has been a lot of fun too.
Bricks was good.
Bricks, yeah.
Bricks
I think Bricks is probably my favorite. I gotta
that
say
one was good too.
Bricks was
Is
awesome.
that the San Diego place?
Bricks is Maywood. Maywood
Oh, okay.
Maywood, yeah.
Brick's Rock Bar. Brick by
Yeah.
Brick
is San Diego. Yeah.
Yeah, Brick by Brick is.
Bricks and 1720 are probably my favorites.
I've never played 1720.
I haven't played 1720 either. It's fun. I'm sure you'll play it before me. Or we can do it together.
Do it together, dude. All right. Our boy Ty. It's by Place Base. He said, "What makes a live show perfect, like for you, in your opinion?"
Crowd engagement.
Yeah.
For me personally,
Exactly.
I
Crowd
love
engagement.
when we feed off the energy that the crowd gives. If they're not really receiving it that well, we're kind of got to be more reserved. Whereas if they're giving us the energy, yeah, we're gonna be going crazy. That's how I see it. It's a very mutual kind of thing. Like, oh, if you guys are loving it, we're loving it. You know?
Yeah.
So you heard it here first, folks. Propose to your boyfriend for a crowd engagement
Yeah.
at the Desoectomy show.
Please.
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 Dude, that
Take note, dudes.
Damn right.
We did a tour with Mouth for War, and
they're awesome.
you know they're
You know.
well, I mean, sorry. So like we ended up playing this festival because our show got canceled, and then another festival got canceled, and so they combined our tour package with like another tour package.
This was
And
when the
so-
Born Dead tour
Yeah,
met up with the
the Gideon Attila.
Oh, that's crazy.
was that was in was it Tennessee? Was that Blue Ridge?
Blue Ridge.
Yeah,
It was
Blue Ridge got canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then you guys put together a show with bands from Blue Ridge Rock Fest and then also the Born Dead
Yeah.
tour.
I love when tour packages do that stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, it was
I love
love
when- I
that.
love that.
Sick.
They
was
saved the
that.
day.
yeah, it was, and like so like we like our tour package had like the best time slot. Like we were there at like I think because the doors were at like at 2 or something, 2 p.m. and then we were on at like 6.
Oh, so this is like all day.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool.
People still had energy. Like by the time like Gideon and like Attila went on, like you could tell everybody's like just spent. Everyone's so
Tired, yeah.
tired. But yeah, so one of the things that oh my gosh, I'm spacing on his name. Singer from Mouth for War. It'll come to me. But he was just like, because it was a massive crowd, and so he was just like feeling it, and he's like not this guy, but at one point he had everyone just doing this, and the whole crowd started doing it, and he was just like, because he's like, dude, I don't know what that was, dude. He's like,
That was
he's like,
cool.
that was so sick. He's like, dude, I loved that. Something like that.
when you have like a whole group of people just doing one thing like in sequence, it's the best.
Yeah.
Like when like you banging your head, moshing, just hammers.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's like, where people just flying around, flying at
Yeah.
each other.
Oh, I love that.
We stage divers
Yeah.
love that.
Even when, or if you're playing a floor show and people just fly into you, it's
yeah,
It's always fun.
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the void.
At the Void, we
We,
played, was it 2 weeks ago? We played at this living room in San Bernardino called the Void. It was our headline show, and that was
Crazy.
crazy. I
Had a mic stand in front of me. I was
yeah,
having to
we-
hold it with
literally,
one
like,
foot.
They were
Like,
hitting they were hitting our gear.
the monitors were all tipping over
Yeah.
and stuff. It was crazy.
That was great.
Because like, the living room was probably like just bigger than this room.
Yeah.
And then it like branched off into the kitchen and the backyard, and like it was packed. It was
Sick.
it was awesome. It was very it was
hot
steamy
shit,
in there.
dude.
It was steamy in there.
I love that.
Is that the one that they only put the red lights on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Love playing there.
Our boy Davey.
That's right.
Mr.
Hell yeah.
Mr. Ceasefire.
Ceasefire, shout out.
No, this is the other Davey. Sorry.
Oh, the other David.
This is 97.
Oh, I love Dave of Mr. 97.
My boy, I love that guy.
Yes, he has two of them. His first one is tips for new performers getting over stage fright, whether for vocals or instrument players.
Oh, that's a good question. Tips on getting over stage fright. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. That's a tough one because every show I always get like, oh man, I get that little nervousness. But I think once we get like on stage and everything, we play that first song, it goes away.
Yeah.
So
It's getting over that threshold,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. Even before, when I played my first show with you guys, I didn't have that much stage fright when I was on stage. I was just like, I stressed myself out more before and like leading up to like anticipating the show rather than, okay, I'm here, we're going to do this, and we're just going to kick ass. That's kind of the mentality I try to hold. Especially now with like how far Desoectomy's come. It's just... Because if you're up there and you're all a nervous mess, the crowd's going to notice. Yeah. And I feel like that has an effect on like how they perceive you. And you don't want that. Right. And I'm not saying to walk out there and be the most, macho, tough guy ever. But, try to have a little bit of confidence in yourself. Yeah. And, it's just like... And I know it's easier said than done with some people. Right. But you have to think, these people came to see you for a reason. They're here for a reason, and if they didn't like you, they weren't going to be there. So,
true. Yeah,
just kind of use that to comfort yourself. And if you're ever afraid, like performing vocally, or because David's in Flesh Forest, and I know he tells me that he gets pretty. He's still trying to work through like being timid and stuff like that, but he's great at doing growls and stuff. Yeah, he's a damn good vocalist.
I thought he sounded great when we played with him.
I'm so sad I missed that set.
When he fucking told me that he just picked up a bass for 97 minutes, I was like,
yeah, when I saw that, I was like, hold on, wait, what? He was all my inspiration is the guy from Turnstile. I'm like,
okay,
right on, bro,
right on. You better stage dive into the crowd with your bass, dude, like just like he does.
Yeah,
he will though, I'm sure. Like that guy's
it's like crazy. A legit like just hold my beer moment, fucking rip it.
Yeah,
I think also for like any kind of like stage fright, I think it's just I feel like if you prepare well, like if you know your shit and you prepare, then
it makes it easier. Yeah, for sure.
Some people freeze though.
I can attest to that.
Some people freeze, and that like you just have to get over that like.
Pretty much like what he said. Like usually it's kind of for some people it's kind of hard for the first song or two. Then after that it's like okay, this is cake,
goes away. I think it just naturally just goes away. I think even during the first song for me, I'm like, all right. I don't even realize it goes away. So I'm like, go with the flow.
The love takes over.
Yeah.
Man. I wish everyone could experience like playing live.
Me too.
I agree.
It's like you can't explain it.
Yeah.
It's like there's no way to really put it into words. You just kind of have to you have to do it for yourself to really experience it.
Everybody in a band needs to experience two things. First, get on stage and play to people who are just staring at you like you don't fucking belong there. And then second, playing a show to people that are actually singing your shit back to you, like having the stark difference between the two, then you're good. You're prepared for everything.
Yeah, you can do anything.
Yeah.
Because people ask me, hey, how do you do it? Playing in front of people, I'm like, to be honest with you,
you don't think about it.
I don't think about it, and I don't look at them. I look at the ground. I'm like making eye contact with them. I feel like I have to make eye contact with every single person in there, so I just look at the ground.
That's what I'm looking forward to, playing guitar.
I mean? Yeah, just playing guitar.
Just staring at your fretboard.
Yeah.
I have nowhere else to look
3,
except
2,
here.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, 0.
I've had moments where be like 5 people in the fucking venue. And it's just like, sorry, dog. I'm staring at you the whole night.
That's right. We're mad dogging you in particular.
Yeah. It's like this entire set.
That's
I'm thinking
right.
it's you. Then his last question was, when will Deso have me as a feature?
Who's that?
David from 97.
When will you guys have him as a feature?
When will we having Flesh Force as a feature?
Oh, probably on this new album.
It
that will
needs
be
to
coming out.
happen. It needs to happen.
Hell yeah.
He's been hitting me up for like little projects and stuff too. He wants to start a little online thing. So I don't know if I'm supposed to say anything yet, but him and I are wanting to. We have aspirations to do something.
That's all right. He's got like 78 projects.
He does.
That's good.
We're all
Just like
busy.
him.
Yeah.
What's another one? You know, what's another one?
Yeah.
But that's all we got.
Well, yeah, let's go into mental health check because I know we got to get
we
get
got-
out of here pretty quick today.
Mental health check is where we like to check in weekly, see where we're at mentally. That way, things are going well. What's going on in our life that is keeping us in a good place, or if things aren't going so great, maybe what's going on in our life that is keeping us in a funk. Would one of you guys like to go first?
Yeah.
Tony.
Sure. Yeah, I'll talk about a little bit about my mental health. Just recently, went through a breakup. Just recently after 18 years. Not gonna lie, been pretty tough, you know. But thanks to everyone in the whole IE community and all my friends and my bands and everyone and the support system, really actually helped. You know, helped me got through. I every day I feel better now. I'm not depressed or anything. I actually go for walks when I have time to help me ease my mind.
Yeah, meditation and motion.
Yeah, I try to go out, hang out with my friends, stuff like that to keep me going. But other than that, man, I just been dealing with that, but I've been okay. Just living day by day. Like I said, I've been way better than the last few months. So I've been actually pretty happy.
Yeah, man.
That's good.
Dude, sick. Where you at?
Overall, I feel like I'm in a pretty good place mental health wise. I have been stressing a lot, especially as of recently, just with all the musical obligations and just outside of that. I stress a lot about finances, a lot about like being a homeowner, a lot of that stuff. It's work, that's a big thing. Being able to manage my time efficiently. Sometimes I feel like between 3 bands and a full-time job and having a life outside of that, it gets pretty tough.
Yep.
But sometimes I just need to take a step back, kind of see where I'm at, and just kind of realize I feel like I'm doing okay, and then just go right back into it. But right now I'm doing okay. I feel like I'm stressing, but I'm okay.
I saw this quote about how it's like you've survived the hardest thing you've ever been through.
Yeah.
Which is like,
Yeah.
I mean, very, very simple, but it's like, if you're still here,
Exactly.
whatever it is.
You woke up today. That's
Right.
that's all you need to. You need to be thankful for that.
See, that hits so much harder when we're in person than over fucking video chat.
I was when we were having the episode that will not. Dude,
132.20.
yeah. I was saying if we ever have like a Patreon, we should just have like the lost episodes.
There's a couple of them.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
There's a couple of them.
The archives.
Yeah.
The crypt.
There's one episode early on where Mike just looks at me halfway through and he's like, "My mom listens to this," and I was like, "Oh yeah."
Dude, talking about like strip clubs and
Well, we can't talk about it right now.
yeah,
Your mom still listens to this.
my mom checked out a while ago, I think.
All right.
So I think we're good.
We're in the clear.
We're in the clear, guys. We can. Yeah. I remember. Anyway. I'm like, my mom. She's like, when we first started, she's like, "Oh, I can't wait to hear it." I was like, "Mom, understand I'm talking with one of my best friends, and it's how we talk, okay? Just like,
Please.
just
You have to prepare your mom. Yeah.
accept it to get past it.
Yeah, I gotta have the same talk with my mom after or before she hears this. You know, nothing too heinous was said, but you know,
Not yet.
not yet. Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll get there.
There you go. Michael, where you at, Michael?
Dude, you talked about the stress of like being a homeowner and stuff. I don't know if I mentioned on Gabe's episode how the city of Colton was like trying to bend me over and like fuck me over like a water bill, right? That
City of Colton.
$1,000 water bill,
I hate their water company.
and then I was like in the process of like fighting it and working with them, and so they just were like, all right, cool, and then they just like shut my water off. So I had to
Thanks.
Yeah. So I basically had to like drop like almost $500 just to get everything back on and going, right?
And that's
I still
a lot of
owe them.
money.
Yeah, I
That's
still
a lot
owe
of
them
money.
a portion of it. Then the city of Colton decides, hey, the tags on your van are out, which they were paid, but I have to get it smogged because it's old as shit. And it's parked in front of your house and not in your driveway, so here's a ticket for parking in front of my house.
What the fuck?
So I got a parking ticket.
Is this like an HOA area? Or
No,
is this
Colton
like
has
a
like their own
Colton?
little like it's. I used to live right down the street,
Yeah.
and they're weird. It's like a little cult, dude.
Dude.
Colton.
And
Yeah,
it's-
Colton, exactly. I'm not lying, dude. Like it's so weird out here.
So like financially, it's just been like back to back to
Yeah.
back. And then on Thursday night, my AC broke.
If it's not
Wow.
one, if it's
So
not
I
one
had,
thing,
I
it's
had to
another.
have my AC repaired, and I was like,
The hottest day of
Yeah,
dude,
Damn.
for real.
I was like,
Is that because of Jesse throwing the rocks in the?
yeah, it's because he just likes to sit there and like play with his toys on top of the fucking AC thing, and sometimes they fall in.
Oh, dude.
I'm looking for my G.I. Joes.
And dude, it was just like,
Oh, there's his arm.
and what's crazy is I work from home now, right? And I have my own AC back here. So I was back here, and then I walk into the house. I'm like, why is it so hot in here? And nobody said anything. They're just like, oh, I don't know. And so I'm like looking at the AC. The fan motor's not going.
They're
I'm
just here
like,
suffering in silence, I guess. Yeah.
God. And so yeah, that was
the
like,
pluses of dating a Latina.
yeah,
She's like, it's hot.
always hot.
Yeah.
And so it's like, dude, like just thousands and thousands of dollars that I had just had to like shell out over the past couple months.
Yeah, it
This
sucks.
is insane, dude.
Yeah, my house doesn't have central AC. It's an old house, and putting central AC in has been pretty pricey.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
And so we have swamp cooler, and
Yeah.
it does the job, but you know
It's not the same.
it's not.
Yeah.
It's all wet and stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
I don't
Humid.
know,
Makes it
it's-
more humid sometimes.
Not even sometimes. Like whenever you have that shit running for days on end, it feels disgusting.
It's moist in there.
Like in my hallway, we don't have carpet in the hallway, so sometimes like wet spots will form, and like we can almost slip and fall. It's
Yeah.
bad. Like I've buckled my ankle a couple times walking down the hallway, and I'm like, son of a bitch. And then I get all fucking mad. And I just like
Yeah.
I have to calm down.
Yeah. So yeah, all the homeowner stuff. Oh, and then my I needed to change all the valves for the sprinklers. 'cause my
Yeah, you were telling us
lawn's
about that.
dead. And turns out just because the valves are like shot because there's hard water out here. It's just been like a
Never ending. It's a money pit.
All adding up.
It's a money.
Yeah.
I understand.
It was like, oh, we heard you got a new job. You're not going to see any of that.
no
Any of that
saving money here. No,
Good old Colton. Good old Colton.
good old Cole.
I know. My house got a raise. I didn't.
Damn.
So
City
much.
got a raise.
So I'm being positive though. Hopefully it's gonna level out after this.
Maybe at some point, please.
yeah.
Like,
In the words of the crow, it can't rain all the time.
yeah.
It rained through that whole movie. It never stopped raining in that movie.
Damn, Brandon.
Come on, man.
Brandon.
Trying to be positive.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, like, you know, shit's been like pretty cool. Otherwise, we've been jamming a lot more with Easy Out, like with the full band.
It's awesome.
New Torture Culture track is gonna drop pretty soon. Showed you guys.
Hell yeah, that's
earlier.
Awesome.
Definitely way heavier than what people have heard from us before. So much so that Martin was like, "You should probably change the name of your band because you guys don't sound the same anymore." And then yeah, like a bunch of cool shows and shit, kind of that we've been booking over the next few months. Stuff that hasn't been announced yet, but that is fucking rad. So excited about that. Excited to jam with you dudes
Yeah,
in
I'm
like 2
really
weeks.
excited.
Dude. That show's
Really
gonna be
excited.
fucking fun. So
I just
Yeah.
want to see.
2 more weeks.
I
Gotta get Steven out there to film it for me.
that'd be sick. Where are you at, Michael?
Well, I'm much better this week. When we talked, man,
It was rough.
it was a rough
I
week.
feel like we needed to talk. We just didn't need to put the episode.
Right.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, because like it was like such a emotional week, like highs and lows. Starting a new job,
Right.
and then it was also it was my first week of training at my new job, but I was also still doing my last week at my old job, which is like family. I love that place. Also that week, our dog passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
15.
Sorry to hear that. Sorry
Yeah,
for
and
loss.
it was
Velcro.
yeah, my wife's dog. She had him for 15 years, but it was still like super.
That's a
bummer.
family member of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Furry friends are always hard to part
Dude.
with. I have a bunch of cats, so I know.
Yeah. So it was just dealing with that. But then like it ended up like friends showing up. Jesse's party was that weekend. So it was like cool to see everybody. And then I feel like that kind of like really pushed me through this week. So I feel like I've had a good week. So like I feel like I finally, now that like I'm not working my other job anymore. I used to be commuting to Riverside
Oh, okay.
in LA. So
Wow.
That's a pain.
it's pretty rough.
Yeah, it is.
Gassing up, filling up every 2 days or something
People
like
like,
that.
I love this commute. I love it so much. I get to sing.
I was
so much.
singing. It was sick until it wasn't. It was sick until like I was like, wow, this took like fucking third of my paycheck. Like just
Who was it that
Gas,
called you out on the
yeah.
commute? Was it Gabe? I was like, oh, the commute, huh?
Yeah.
Love that commute, huh?
So anyway, so this last week was cool. It's like my first like I feel like I finally feel like I live in LA now because I was like there all week.
Right.
I was going to work, coming back, just watching a lot of the new House of the Dragon. So fucking good, dude.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's so good.
I heard good things though.
Yeah.
They messed up one episode.
I have faith. I have faith in this because it's a finished series. Like the
Okay.
books are done.
Yeah.
So,
So they can't stray too far.
right.
God.
Anyways, yeah. But yeah, I feel like I'm in a good headspace
Good.
with things, and yeah, just I feel like I'm still adjusting, but I feel like I'm adjusting well. And then finally, nice to be back here.
Yes.
It's weird. It's weird. Like I can't believe how consistent we've been with this thing, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're like 4 episodes. If we do 4 episodes,
I love what you guys do.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I really
likewise.
do, especially like the whole. You guys check on the whole men's health. Like
It's great.
I love it. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sure it's gratifying for you guys too with the amount of episodes that you guys have. I'm sure it's like
Yeah.
being able to commit to something for that long, and it's like I'm sure I can only imagine how you guys feel about that.
It's a cool number.
yeah,
It's
it's
it's not cool how many other numbers we've put into the
Leading up to it, yeah.
you know, no, I'm just kidding. It's like it's definitely
investment.
Yeah.
It's been
this is definitely a labor of love. We'll say that.
also we hit our 1,000th follower,
We did.
Awesome.
Nice.
Congratulations.
and I follow them back.
Thank you.
I feel like you guys might know them because I feel like they follow you. I think
Didn't Mike say he's gonna get a tattoo on 1,000 followers?
Me?
No,
Oh,
that Mike.
Jesse.
No, he's like
Do you guys know Jocelyn?
Raccoon.
Yeah.
Chest piece.
Jocelyn.
he's like, yeah,
Probably.
I
probably.
don't know. I don't know.
We know a lot of.
Throw her whole name out there, but
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know.
She was our 1,000th. So thank you,
All right.
Jocelyn.
She's awesome.
Officially 1,000.
Officially,
That's rad.
good things.
What number did you say to get a tattoo?
500,000 followers on YouTube.
500,000
on YouTube.
episodes.
now?
On YouTube.
I swear.
On
it was
YouTube?
1,000, dude.
First it was 100.
I think that was for me to get tattooed. And then Jesse beat all of us to
Yeah, I
it. You
got
got a walking line tattoo. I'll get a walking line tattoo. I just don't know when and where.
Dude, I'm gonna get a fucking raccoon with wings on it. Just
Dude,
eagle's wings.
it would be awesome if you had a raccoon and it was holding eagle wings that it ripped off an eagle.
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy.
Because that's some shit that a raccoon would do.
That's some brutal shit right there.
All on top of a cyber truck. Have you guys heard this? So first off, raccoon's his favorite animal, which is why there's so much raccoon shit on this show. But second of all, raccoons have been breaking into the beds of Cybertrucks because they think they're dumpsters. So there's like claw marks where they're trying to tear them open and pull them open inside.
Awesome.
That's so hilarious.
Awesome.
I love that. I love that song.
Little pesky guys.
Dude.
That's great.
Well,
Little Cybertruck bandits.
I love that. We gonna throw some jams on the.
Yeah, let's do it. So every week we pretty much add a jam to our Spotify playlist.
All right.
Doesn't have no genre restrictions. It could be literally anything you want. We've got everything from musicals to deathcore to fucking hip hop on there. Just what have you been jamming that's kind of put you in a good mood this week?
Um.
And also we need a Desoectomy song to play as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course.
You can check your phones.
Yeah, you can look at your phone. That's fine.
Well, I think I have an idea of like.
Looking through mine right now.
I've been listening to a ton of Have Heart, so
yeah.
I think a Have Heart song or two would be pretty cool.
Mine is ranging from like a lot of stuff right now.
Mine too,
I'm not
dude.
even gonna lie, because I've been listening to like a lot of X Weapon X, Dying Wish lately, and then it goes back to movements. You know what I mean? So it's a lot right now. But mainly like, okay, so when I go to work right now, it's probably gonna be Dying Wish. I already know it.
Which song?
Dang. This one, Symphony of Symptoms of Survival. I don't know why, but that song just like, I love that song.
I'm
Survival.
thinking let's do Pave Paradise. But, yeah.
I think it's already on there.
Is okay then.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice, nice.
In terms of a Deso song, do you want to do a newer Deso song, or you want to do something off of Predatory?
Whatever.
No, you.
Off the newer one.
Okay. Let's do Gasoline.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do for Deso. We'll do a Gasoline mouthwash.
Fabian showed me that one.
Hey, you know,
That has
these names are very mild compared to these other slam bands. Okay.
like look at cerebral
Cerebral incubation.
incubation,
What's that?
gonorrhea nodule mastication. Like
No,
what
this
the
one.
fuck?
Oh man, this was more funnier, and I love it.
What's the song that they had the Chris Farley sample?
Yeah,
I can't think of it.
There it is. Bubbling rectal cum fart.
That one's pretty funny.
I love that one. And see, that's what I'm saying. Those names are kind of ridiculous.
There's
compared to
one
ours.
cerebral incubation song that has a Chris Farley sample, and I can't think of it.
Well, since you guys are going this super, super heavy route, I'm going to go pop punk.
Same, I think.
Magnolia Park just put out a cover of Eye to Eye from a Goofy movie, and it fucking rips.
That's great. Well, that's great.
It's so
I'm gonna have
good.
to hear that.
Dude, we'll fucking jam it after this.
Because I love that Reading Rainbow rip, and I was like, okay. So I gotta hear that now.
Dude, it's so funny because we're going to repost that because we did that Reading Rainbow video just for social media.
Really?
Like it's on Spotify and stuff,
Oh,
but
okay.
we did it just for like the gram basically. But we realized that a bunch of people just saw us doing the podcast portion in the beginning. They're like, cool podcast, and then moved on and never actually made it to see that there's a song afterwards. So we're like, next week we'll just release it with just the music portion, just to be like, hey, by the way, there was actually a song attached.
That was great.
Like it got some plays and stuff, but like definitely you could tell people's attention spans are like
I
so
loved it.
short. Michael?
Dude. Kind of want to do a No Use for a Name song. I'm trying to think of which one now.
Well, while you think of that, what about you, Jesse?
Ooh, fuck.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know what? I'll put the song as Carnifex.
Ooh.
The Lies or something like
Light of my
Artifacts,
face.
huh?
that. Light on my face, yeah.
Oh, Light of My Face. That's old. Pretty old stuff.
I'm getting
Deep,
ready for
deep cuts.
Getting ready for their show in October.
That's right, with organectomy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Organectomy, bro.
organectomy, cryptopsy. I love
Cryptopsy,
cryptopsy
bro.
so fucking much. Oh, that tour is crazy. I'm not the biggest Carnifex fan. I can respect them. I like the older stuff.
Yeah,
but
the older
the rest
shit.
of that tour, organectomy and cryptopsy on the same flyer should be illegal. That's fucking crazy.
I remember seeing Carnifex when they first kind of came out with who was it? With Molotov Solution, Knights of the Abyss, and Elijah. It was in Fullerton at the Alley. You guys remember the Alley?
Oh yeah.
Man,
You put me on Elijah.
I played
bro.
there, and
You put me on Elijah.
oh my god, that was the best freaking venue. I loved it, and Elijah killed it.
I love Elijah, dude.
Dude, I haven't heard that place in forever.
Right? And there was that one security guard that worked there. He would get in the pit.
What?
He was a big dude, bro. He'd give no fucks.
On the clock. That's
On the
right.
clock, bro.
That's right.
On the clock.
That's
And I was
right.
like, wow, this dude was big.
Fight me, I dare you. I'll throw you out.
It's like
People probably know what I'm talking about. They've been there. There's that one security guard there. He was always in the pit, too. Big old guy.
dude, I feel like I've probably said this on the podcast before, but every time I die on that tour, it was like I feel like every so often there would be a security guard that would like jump in the pit and then like go back to being a security guard.
Had to switch modes real quick.
Yeah. Acacia Strain too. I feel like there's a couple guys that were like go out and mosh for the Acacia Strain and then go back to.
That sounds like me because, like, you know, like on the side we kind of do like promoting for NDVR. And, you know, sometimes I'm supposed to be helping out. I was like, what was that? MPS, I was playing the sound guy. I wasn't even the sound guy the whole night. I was
This
in
guy-
the pit.
There's video. I remember this show.
It was viral, too.
This was April of last year. We brought Two Piece out here.
Oh, sick.
There's video of this guy taking the sound stool and going in there and swinging it around, spinning it around. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Supposed to be the sound guy.
You're right. Like, where's the sound guy? Oh, here he is.
Hardest sound, dude. That's amazing.
I love that video, dude. It's so great. One of our buddies is yanking the stool out of here. Give me that shit.
Cozy.
Dude, let's do, no issue name. Let's do Soulmate. All right. That's just like a, just because I can't decide.
Hell yeah. Well, sick. You guys want to plug any socials or anything like that before we get you guys out of here?
Follow Desoectomy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Follow Desoectomy. I guess follow our personals too if you feel so inclined.
What are those?
Crowd Kill Your Life 710.
I'm executioners_tax. So
Also, thank you for your questions, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. Some bangers over the episodes.
yeah.
Of course.
And for us, it's at Walking Blind Pod everywhere. WalkingBlindPod@gmail.com for that email address. You know?
Yeah. Follow, like, and
Yes.
if you like what we do, please follow, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Tell your friends.
We love you guys. We'll see you guys soon.
Peace.
Peace.
Later.
No way to handle my aggression.